Pod Return to the Waking Sands. We are a Final Fantasy XIV companion podcast where we explore the lore and story of Hydaelyn and beyond. My name is Jen, and I'm joined by my co-host and researcher.
I'm Levi.
Hello, Levi.
Thank you for the hello.
You're welcome.
Why
that was
are you...
a weird response to a hello.
Speaking of weird, your
What?
affectation right now is very weird.
You're weird.
Who are you doing? What is this bit?
I'm doing Jen, introducing the episode.
Is this Surfer Jen? This is becoming Surfer Jen. It wasn't before,
Really?
but it's morphing into, or like...
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay. Anyway,
I'm
contrary to
so
Jen's
excited right
affectation, we are talking about Scholar today, an esteemed and respected job.
now. Yes. It is, though.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't know if that's true in the meta sense.
Well, not a lot of people know about it.
I think I'm talking about like the player meta.
I see. Oh.
I mean, it's fine,
I
but
respect it because it's hard for me.
it's hard, but it's also very disjointed too. Like Sage is fucking amazing. Everything flows together well. Scholar feels like a bunch of disconnected buttons, and some buttons undo other buttons when you use them.
Yes. It is a total mindfuck. I do not know how to organize any of my buttons because nothing goes.
Nothing goes.
Nothing makes any sense. And then don't get me started on Etherflow. Anyway.
I will not.
Okay. Well, we'll probably talk about it.
Etherflow is a Realm Reborn mechanic, so we've passed that bridge, Jen.
Well, we can still talk about it.
We can. We're
Great.
doing it right now.
Fine. Cool.
But first, Jen, do you want to talk to me about what happened last time in our Scholar saga?
So, I think there were a couple of treasure hunters. They got inside the Wanderer's Palace, and then they saw that, like, the Mumul Jaw were being dicks to the tonberries or something.
Are you doing a bit?
No.
You're talking about the story of the Wanderer's Palace dungeon.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, probably.
Definitely.
Okay, well, I know there's...
Okay, so, Jen.
Wow, you're just not even going to let me try.
Oh, do you have it actually on deck?
I'm going to try.
All right, let's hear it.
Fuck.
So
there's this scholar enthusiast guy. That's our Alcazolka. Yeah. He found some kind of relic. Somebody decided to send us to him to figure out what the fuck. And then like a fairy popped out of it. And he was like, whoa, what's this? It's a fairy. Crazy. There was an evil tonberry guy that was all like, whoa, I'm going to kill you. But then he would have moments of clarity. And like he knew the fairy like from long ago. And we kept having encounters with this evil tonberry, but it eventually the memory like finally cracked the shield. He remembered like who he was and stuff. Or he remembered the fairy, and then he was like a good tonberry guy and not an evil guy overcome with the rancor. Yeah?
That was pretty good.
Nice.
It did not address the actual plot of the job quest, but that was a lot of things that happened during the job quest. The relevant portions, though, that will affect today's story are that we found out that the tonberries were created by a plague. So the tonberries were former Nimians who were plagued and sealed away. They were quarantined inside the Wanderer's Palace. And there they were left apparently for untold centuries at least until...
1,500 years.
Thank you, Jen.
Mm-hmm.
Until we discovered them again and they were causing problems. And in the course of those investigations, we were fighting a tonberry and our fairy, we got through the jobstone that Jen mentioned beforehand. Our fairy was like, no, don't kill this one. And we cured them instead. And it turns out that the tonberry in question was the former holder of our jobstone.
Yeah.
And the fairy was his former BFF.
Yeah.
Or her, I don't recall which. We cured them and restored them to sanity. It turns out that they are a scholar and they want to now find a way to cure the tonberry plague, bringing us to the present day.
Yeah, no, that was a big thing I skipped over. And I guess I couldn't remember in my mind, like, when we discovered the fact that tonberries are former, like, Lalafels.
It was in this quest line.
Yeah, and I remember it blowing my mind. That was very disturbing.
Mind blown again.
Yeah. It was like it was yesterday and not 2 years ago.
Yeah.
So I'm in Limsa. I'm going to the Marauders Guild, and I'm like, hey, what's up, Alcazolka? And what luck, our scholar enthusiast who's posted it up there said he was just gonna summon us.
Alcazolka is a marauder of the Marauders Guild, and of course a Lalafell.
Yes.
That wears glasses as a strange detail for otherwise a martial job.
Right. Because he's a nerd.
Because he's a nerd.
Yeah. His deal was that he was looking up Nemean history, and he realized that like scholars/healers went into battle side by side with marauders and soldiers and things like that. He's trying to introduce those tactics into modern maraudery.
Yeah.
Anyway, Cerrito Corrido, that is the formerly evil Tonberry, now normie Tonberry, formerly person, Wallafell.
There's still a person, Jen.
Yeah, I know,
That's
there's
so
still a
fucked up.
person. It's Tonberry, former man. Cerrito Corrido. They have requested the two of us meet him at Bronze Lake. So we go out there and we're like, hey, what's up, dude? And he turns around. He holds this knife constantly. So he turns around. He's like, what's up, fellas? And he's like waving the knife in his hand. He's hanging out of the little, they're not little.
It's part of his mutation. It used to be his fingers, and now it's become a knife. It's still attached, though.
Knife hands.
Yeah.
I just thought it was funny. Like
I think so, too.
Yeah.
I'm yes-anding you, Jen.
Thank you. The Nemean ruins are really pretty. And I love this spot, too, because it's like a fountain with a cool blue glowy thing in the middle, and it's very scenic. Since Lily, that's the fairy's name, freed his heart.
That bothers me because the fairy NPC, whatever, summon model is called...
Eos?
Yes. Or if you use the alt version, Celine. But everyone calls the fairy Lily, so it's weird having the other name when everyone's giving the fairy a proper name.
Okay. So after Lily freed his heart, his mind returned to him, and so too did the minds of many of his people. The Tonberry King's death, we killed him in the Wanderer's Palace, eliminated his malignance within the palace. However, the sickness that turned them all into Tonberries is back. So 15 years ago, the sickness as well as his people were sealed inside the palace using powerful magics, but the seal was broken during the calamity. So yeah, people are getting sick all over again. They had a brief moment of enlightenment and shit's back. So he intends to find a cure to restore his people in mind and body both. There's no time to dick around looking for a cure. What he can do with our help is put the sickest of them into a deep slumber to buy him more time. The seal, it's essentially like a mesh network anchored by keystones around the ruins. 2 of the outermost keystones should be found in Outer Lenosia, and he wants us to find them because he can't just go run around. It's like a Tonberry with a knife. The keystone I find is protected by a Nemean guardian, a stone golem, which I dispatch very easily. Then I return to Cerrito. Soon after, Alcazolca returns with the second keystones. Apparently he had to wrestle this one from the clutches of an Aragnite, which is those like Nautilus-looking dudes. Can you seal away the worst of the stricken Nemeans now? He asks excitedly. Alas, no, Cerrito replies. There is a third, the Grand Keystone, somewhere in the center of the palace or centrally located, but he's got to do more research to figure out where it is. And in the meantime, we should return to our scholarly studies.
We do that, and then we come back to track down the Grand Keystone, which is located actually in the ruins to the east. This is in the little pocket at the eastern edge of the zone, past the hot springs. It turns out that Alcazolca turned up this location himself through his esoteric knowledge of Nemean history, and he's over there right now trying to find it. But Cerrito Corrido warns us. We often left guardians to watch over our most precious assets. I told Alcazolca this, but he firmly believes the enchantments have worn thin. I am less sure. Be careful when you take up the Grand Keystone. So we do the thing, and not long into our search, we do turn up the stone, and with it, a guardian. This is a big old stone golem, and we fight it in a solo instance. In this fight, we have Alcazolca tanking for us and us healing, and this fight is just a tank and spank, except it's got a soulstone mechanic like the golem fight in Sunken Temple. You damage the soulstone enough, and then the golem becomes stunned and vulnerable, and you DPS the golem, then the soulstone reforms, and repeat until it's dead. I found that in this and in the final duty, Alcazolca can't hold aggro very well, and I end up tanking for him, so he's not a very good marauder.
Aw, he's a nerd. He's trying.
He can be both, but he's not.
Yeah, he died.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's fucked up,
But
Jen.
I didn't fail at the duty.
Well,
It let me just
good.
continue the fight.
Congrats. I healed him, Jin.
I was trying.
You are a healer. You should be healing the tank.
I was like, let's go. I'm like, oh, shit. He's going to die. And then so I unleashed a whole barrage of what I thought were healing things on him, and it didn't matter. He went down so fast. And I was like, I can't even res him. He's just gone. And then I had to finish the fight, which took a very long time because I don't do a whole lot of damage at all. But I didn't fail it somehow. I'm like, okay.
That's what you get. You failed your friend, though, Jin, which is the worst consequence of all.
I felt bad.
No comms for Jin.
Nope. Rip.
Anyway, we do our respective things, and we have the keystone now. We pass it back to Cerrito Carito, and he restores the quarantine. Now, he will look into the cause of the sickness so we can find the real cure.
Mm-hmm. Time passes, and Cerrito has reached a standstill on his research into a cure. Even our resident scholar, Alcazolca, has only found limited information regarding the origins of the disease. Cerrito retells the story of the traders who set out to sea all those centuries ago. During their voyage, they encountered a terrible storm, and they limped to the shore of an isle in the South Seas. A tribe of Lalafell there nursed them back to health, repaired their ship, and sent them home along with a gift, a large carved amphora symbolizing their new friendship. So when the traders returned after being gone for a year, there was much rejoicing. But the joy turned to despair as the sickness took hold. Alcazolca has a thought. The traders managed the voyage back without getting sick. Only after they landed back at Nim did things start to go south. Well, it sounds like the sickness wasn't being carried by the men, but by something on the ship. What could that have been? The amphora. It's a solid theory, Cerrito says, but 1,500 years on, there's no hope of finding even a shard of this amphora. For a while, it was displayed in the royal halls, and Alcazolca's like, oh my god, that's it. I know where the royal halls are. Let's just go. Maybe we'll find something. And against all odds, the fully intact amphora is found half buried in the ground near the now floating remnants of the royal halls. This is in outer Lenosia, past Camp Overlook. A very underutilized area.
This is kind of annoying. You have to click on a bunch of things and fight a golem in each one.
Yeah. Is it here? Nope. Let's go somewhere else. Is it here?
But also
nope.
It's confusing too because in the story there's supposed to be void sent. And yes, there are rock animating void sent, but this is thematically similar to the golem you fought that was a Nimian guardian.
Right. So what the fuck?
Yeah, it's a weird oversight. There should have been imps or something else that is more void sent-y, but continue.
They do get there. As we're uncovering it, the amphora, a couple of void sent pop out, and they want to fight. It's kind of weird. So we bring it back, the amphora, to Cerrito, who is amazed that it was found at all, never mind, in one piece. Yeah, that is kind of amazing. The presence of void scent reveals another clue. Cerrito looks at the amphora more closely and finds Vok etching on the bottom, a binding seal keeping a void scent within. And Vok, the sworn enemy of the Nim, had calculated the entire plot, the storm, forcing them out of this island, using the Lalafellan tribe islanders to deliver the tainted amphora, and the miraculous return of the traders to devastate the Nimians with the illness. Cerrito requests more time to research and to make sure we let him know if we start to transform into tonberries ourselves, since we handled this disgusting amphora.
So I want to interject here that this is a huge story bomb that is dropped with minimal fanfare. The city-states of the 5th Astral Era, being Andapur, Vok, and Nim, they have huge resounding effects even to the present day. They're also underplayed in the in-game narrative up to this point, though Vok will get some spotlight in the Void Arc series, coming to a pod near you soon.
Yeah.
But anyway, we have just discovered that the tonberries were caused by a Vaki curse versus a plague, which is a huge revelation in our knowledge of the 5th Era timeline. And this is a blink and you miss it type dialogue
pretty much
line, and then we're moving on. It's this plot line, I think, gets done dirty here. in terms of just like the magnitude versus the amount of work we put into it, as in it's not much work to find this ancient relic. And also just how, okay, moving on.
Right.
This
I
story drop is...
Like, I get it. But you're right. There was the ease with which we found
I don't
these...
get it. Respect yourself, game. Respect your own story.
I mean, they only have so many quests to fit in all of this shit.
They could have cut some Moogle quests. How about that?
Right. But yeah, I mean, there's the ease with which we found this ancient relic. The cause of this entire curse was just chilling in a meadow, like right over there.
Yep.
Like right over there.
Right over there.
We unraveled this mystery, this 1,500-year-old mystery, in about 15 minutes. Right. So it will just whiz right by you because the game doesn't seem to even...
care
Yeah.
that much.
Yeah, butter. Yeah.
When we return, Cerrito Carito inquires as to our health. Are we suffering from any tonberry-like symptoms? Any missing noses?
Oh, God.
Sunken ears?
Oh, God.
Good. So he thinks that the void scent fled once we discovered the amphora. Only traces of the enchantment remain. If it's allowed to roam free and regain its strength, the entire realm could be at risk of tonberryization.
Yeah, this is a huge deal. This is really bad, y'all.
It is very bad. Slaying it could help us discover a cure. In order to defeat it, we have to swole up. And that's where this fellow comes in. And in marches a tonberry Marine. He's very cute. This little axe.
I love him. He comes just barreling in like, you bunch of pussies. Like, he doesn't say that, but like classic drill instructor sorts of like...
Tolga remarks, realm's gone to shite if these sorry specimens are all the Royal Marines have got left. But they'll march like proper soldiers when I'm done, or my name isn't Holga Tolga. Yeah.
And he's got a little, like, a pit helmet on.
Yeah.
And he's got, like, an accent. He's so goddamn adorable.
Alka Zolka is starstruck. Do you understand who this is? Before us stands the greatest drill instructor of the Nimian military. And we get to it. The quest is called Ura.
Yeah, I noticed that. I was like, why is this Marine coded?
Because they're the Marines.
They're Marines.
Yes.
Yeah.
To Alka Zolka, he says, think you've got what it takes to be a Royal Marine? Ha, you make me laugh. Ever worn glasses into battle, boy? Expect your foe to wait while you wipe the blood from your lenses, do you? Expect Jin to heal you?
Love it.
And to the scholar, had a lot like you in the war. More use dead than alive. Having their corpses piled up around us kept us safer than their damned magics ever did.
Oh!
You're a bloody joke.
Oh!
But I'm here to turn you into Royal Marines. First, the creed. To victory, come hells or high water. And we have to /say it back.
Yeah.
And then /say it back
again,
with feeling.
Yeah, it's more like, hey, good morning to a conference room full of people.
Good morning.
You can do better than that. Come on.
But I don't want to.
Good morning. Like, good morning. Ew. Fuck off.
Yeah. So we are sent out for training separately. Our job is to goad some Amulja into a fight. No big deal. And when we return, we find out that Alka Zolka has been put on oil duty. This is a callback to a similar quest in the hot springs from A Realm Reborn, where we have to oil someone up. And he remarks that he has done many more and strange things in pursuit of his goals, but massaging a man with salamander oil, that is the strangest yet.
I'm glad I didn't get that
And Tolga shows up to dress us down. Ha, you're still alive. Not half bad. But any real Marine could have done it in twice the time, or in twice as fast. You truly are softies. And Alka makes the rookie mistake of questioning his task.
Oh, dude, when he started talking, I'm like, no, shut up. We're going to have to do push-ups.
What was he supposed to do, massaging a man with salamander oil? You bloody fool. If you've got to ask, you've learned nothing.
Oh.
And you, scholar, are you going to tell me that you don't know how to fight without a protector? Well, no, because we have to solo all these fights. I
fought alone.
We don't talk back because
no, we don't.
We know better.
We just take it.
Also, we got our warrior of light skills of saying nothing. Finally paying off.
Yay.
Chaos reigns on the battlefield. The Marines around you are all you've got, and they will die for your failings, Jin. Until you understand that, you're not fit to face even the weakest void scent. That is all for today. Now get back to training. Dismissed.
Yes, sir.
Alkazulka, fully on the Kool-Aid, yells, "Come hills or high water."
To victory!
And
Come
runs
hills
off.
or high water! Rah, hoorah.
Hoorah.
Well, Cerrito has had no luck, shocker, in tracking down the void scent so far. With Alkazulka out of the investigation because boot camp, we are tasked with tracking down a tome of void scent lore. One written possibly by the Beladians, again, another 5th Astral Era peoples that had some knowledge of stuff.
Apologies to Jin for the retroactive actually. Beladia is a 6th Astral Era nation, which was founded by the descendants of Vok.
Alka suggests we speak to his fellow bibliophile Yayake at the Thaumaturge's Guild. I teleport back home to Ul'dah, and Yayake remembers the book specifically. It's titled Unseen, and it's about a void scent that could conceal its form. However, it was borrowed by a guild member for a research expedition to the Kurthus Western Highlands. An expedition that was going to last maybe a couple of moons, but it's been 5 years now at this point.
Gotta shoehorn in that Heavensward zone somehow.
Why?
Because it's Heavensward, Jin. The expansion.
I'm so far removed from it at this point because we quote unquote finished it.
Yes.
That I'm like, why are we going all the way back there? We've moved on. We have not.
Box checked.
Yeah. So apparently, dude went on an expedition with this book to the Kurthus Western Highlands. Was there during the calamity, and like, who the fuck knows?
He got frozed.
So Yayaki is like, good luck to you. Maybe they're still alive. Last she heard about the expedition, they were in Falcon's Nest. So we go to Falcon's Nest, and we speak to...
Falcon's Next.
Falcon's Next.
Falcon's Next what?
Oh, Falcon's Next meal. Because it's a raptor.
That's the obvious answer, yes, Jin. Saw that one coming.
This is why I hate tabletop RPGs, okay? Because the role play, I would have had to come up with something brilliant that really entertained the table.
Jen, you say pure gold oftentimes. Just when you put pressure on yourself is when you come up dry.
Well, thank you for that. So we are in Falcon's Nest, and there's a record keeper chilling out here, and we're like, hey, so there was an expedition here 5 years ago. Do you have any idea what happened to them or whatever? And so she checks her notes. Ah, yes, the Void Scent researcher and his team. They boarded the ship, the North Star, headed downriver. Ooh, but it was one of many ships sunk during the calamity. She reads on. Oh, look, a few survivors made it to shore. Oh, but they were all eaten by Vilekin. Well, you can always go to the ship wreckage and see if the book is still there. So we do that. We fly all the way north and find the remains of the ship just solidly lodged in the ice river. And luckily, right on the top deck, right there, it's a crate. And inside that crate is our book, still legible. And we return it to Cerrito. And while we're standing there, Alkazulka and 2 new Marine recruits who have been training with him join us. And they're all very pumped at their progress under Drill Sergeant Tolga. And Cerrito will dig into Unseen and hopefully to unlock the key to hunting down our void scent.
They do. They did it.
Great.
It's showdown time.
Yay.
We can follow the void scent's ethereal signature by detecting its feeding sites. And our fairy, Lily, will be able to read these traces. So we set off, returning to the amphora excavation site out in Outer Lanosha, and following it all the way back to the hot springs. Our quarry is close, and we enter into a solo duty. This is a little bit annoying.
Yep.
The whole camp is turned over to us to roam around in, and a bunch of wispy void scent traces are flowing around the camp. When we click one, we either get a fight with a miscellaneous void scent or we get a trace of our quarry. We have to find 4 traces total to hone in on the trail, which means a lot of one-on-one fights against trash mobs. Technically, Alkazulka is there, but his DPS is trash. We corner the void scent in the upper springs area and get to our final fight. This guy is a fairly unique model, at least at this point in the game.
I was so glad for this.
It looks essentially like a demon Sahagin. This is a Bitoso type void scent, and the encyclopedia calls it out as a historically unique summon type of void scent, only documented in our world as this very guy who was summoned by the Vaki to curse the Nimians.
Well, okay. It's very niche,
Yes.
his career path. But yeah, a lot of the void sent that popped up were called Batoso, like minions or something. And I was like, it's going to be the guy.
So it's going to be a Batoso.
It's going to be a Batoso.
Jen, with her media savviness,
Absolutely.
has sussed out that the void sent will be Batoso.
I had a feeling Batoso or Batoso adjacent.
Because it's bleeding into the podcast, I just sassed Jen, and Jen was sassing a show we're watching about being predictable, because Jen likes to call out when media follows her expectations, and I was
there are tropes
poking fun at her for being over it.
There were well trodden roads in
but anyway,
culture,
that past banter is bleeding in here, so I'm clarifying why we are being snippy in fun over that dynamic. Anyway, moving on. So we have found our Batoso, and various bathers flee the area as it appears, and we engage it in a fight. And besides Alcazolca, we are joined by two old friends from the last Scholar quest. We have the soft Marine and the hard-end Marine.
Guess which one is the lady Marine?
Well, she can't get hard, so...
Her nipples can.
Hot. Springs.
Jesus Christ. I'm so sorry.
Jen, no one's innocent here. Anyways, these guys are back. Very funny names, obviously.
Yeah.
And for me, it sounds like Jen had some experiences in her fight. For me, though, I didn't have to heal anyone except myself very much here. I pulled aggro fairly quickly, but didn't end up taking too much damage when I did. And for the record, my healer gear is pretty trash. I have not had time, or have not spent time to farm poetics, so I have leveling healer gear only, and still did fine. The main twist mechanically is that the Void Scent will spawn little plagueling guys who infect you with a tonberryization buff, or debuff rather. And you have to Asuna it off before you get turned into a tonberry. Beyond that, we AoE down the ads, we fight the boss, and for me, no problem.
What was your AoE? I don't have an AoE.
You do have an AoE, Jen.
For mobs? Not an AoE
Scholar
heal?
Jen has an AoE DPS attack, yes.
Do I?
Yes, you do.
That would have been helpful. What's
Maybe,
it called?
I don't know.
I had no idea. I'm just literally popping my dot on all of them and I didn't have to do much on the ads anyway. I was like, man, I wish I had an AoE
Maybe
right
you
now.
should have checked your abilities, Jen. That's something to do.
Dude, I spent so much time looking at those buttons. I removed everything that was out of the level group. So anything that was a level 60 or above, I just removed it because I wouldn't be able to use it anyway. So I tried to clean up my hotbar as much as possible by doing that. And I was reading everything. I was trying to organize everything like I do all my other hotbars. The swift cast goes here. The
thing is though that you don't have to heal beyond you could use physic alone for healing needs in this fight. Maybe ether flow if you want to get fancy.
This was a DPS issue. When the ads came out, I was like, this is very frustrating to have to go bunka, bunka,
maybe
bunka.
Use your AoE, Jen.
I'm gonna have to go. Oh, I didn't find one.
While Jen's getting the 4th degree, you have 4 attacks at this level. You have Broil now, which is your direct damage cast bar. You have Ruin 2 maybe, which is an instant direct damage spell.
But it's only a 220 potency. The Broil is a 320 potency.
Sure, but that one you don't have a cast bar, so you can cast it on the run, and then you have your dot, of course, and then you have the AoE.
But you also then you have ether flow.
And you have ether flow, and then the weaving direct damage ether flow spend.
Right, which I was like, I can't. Well, I don't know. Should I just get into my experience here?
Please.
Okay. You do the running around and you click on the ethereal remnants. And it lasts, you're running around the entire property. And then you finally find the dude. And then you run and then the instance starts. So we've got Alcazolca and our 2 marine friends fighting the guy. And I'm also trying to do some damage. People didn't really need a ton of healing in the beginning. But then suddenly they started needing some healing. And I'm like, oh, fuck. But as a scholar, by the time you kind of see that shit happening, it's too late. There is no reactionary healing. I got to a point in the fight where Cerrito shows up with some backup. But at that point, everybody had been afflicted with the turn into a tonberry sickness debuff. And everybody turned into a tonberry. And I'm like, what the fuck? Where did that come from? I had no idea. I had no idea people were getting stuff on them. I got it. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? And I mouse over it, and I was like, oh, that's how that's happening. Luckily, it's Isuna-able. So then my second attempt, and the thing that sucks.
So sorry, do you have to redo the beginning part again?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
That's so lame.
I
Holy shit.
I was like, but I know exactly which ethereal current
At
the
least
guy
that.
pops out.
Yes.
So I went there, and it was like, No, Lily senses that the void scent was here some time ago. It changes every single time. You have to go through the whole rigmarole.
You have to get the 4 hotspots. It's not the final one. It is, you have to get all 4 of the, there was a void scent here.
Yes. Yeah, so it changes every single time. I couldn't just go to the current, or the little pile of
Incredibly
goo.
Obnoxious.
Yeah, I had to do that 3 times.
Holy shit.
Yeah, so second time I did that, I'm like, there's no way they're making me do this. But they did. Second time, I was much more attentive to what needed to be assuned. They were getting like some void scent goo, and they were also getting the tonberry sickness.
The party members you have are not party members. You can't see their debuffs without clicking on them.
I have to click on them.
I didn't realize the game will even make you cure your friends of this debuff because you can't see it.
Yeah! I only realized when I got it.
Yeah, so when I got it on myself, I cured it, and then I was burning the ads down fast with my AoE gen.
Shut up.
Presumably, they never got the debuff to begin with. The fact that it will hit your guys with a curable debuff that will fuck you over, and there's no UI tool to see their fucking debuffs is incredible.
I know. I did better this time.
Congrats.
But we still failed. I think I wasn't able to Asuna, because they get stacks of them. And they also get other debuffs on them that you have to clear first before. So, I mean, it was getting down to the wire, and I think there was like one of them that turned into tonberry, and as soon as that happens, it's over. You have to so I had to do it a 3rd time.
As in, do you lose?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah. So I did it a 3rd time. Worked out the 3rd time. So
Congrats.
I was just an Asuna machine. That was literally all I was doing. Just panic clicking on everybody and like Asuna. I was just mashing it.
Jen, the AoE I've looked up is called Art of War, which is a very lame name for an AoE.
Not familiar at all. It is on my hotbar.
Then check your spell index again because you have it.
I have it. That's cool. I did that too. Like, I removed everything, and then I went to my actions and traits, and I wanted to make sure that I had everything that was listed there.
Well, you missed one.
I missed one. Or it's on a different tab. I don't know. That sucks. That's very annoying.
I mean, all healers get a direct damage, a dot, and an AoE by level 50.
That's what I thought. I'm like, that's what maybe Scholar's weird, because Scholar's weird.
It is weird, but not that weird.
All right.
That's
well,
like,
good to know.
No one will play Scholar, period, if there's no AoE. That'd be so dumb.
That would be dumb.
Yeah.
Anyway, thanks for that. That was my experience.
After those adventures and misadventures, we have defeated the Void Scent, and we done it. The day has been saved.
Yeah.
Despite Helga Tolga's rudeness, our scholar skills are complemented by the Marines, by the soft and hard Marines. Those Nimians knew what they're doing with them, their scholars. And Helga also turns into a soft Marine.
Lol.
Sniff, bloody tonberry eyes, always running with, bah, who am I kidding? You did a fine job. A fine job indeed.
Oh, he'd be crying.
But don't you dare think of easing up on your training on account of one victory.
No, sir.
If you sully the name of my beloved Marines, I'll flay the skin off your back.
I believe you.
And that is about it. We say our goodbyes, and Cerrito Carrito can take these Void Scent remnants and start working on a cure.
That's fucking amazing.
I am not so naive as to believe the answers will come quickly, yet the cure shall be ours one day. For now, my people will labor so that we may walk with yours towards a brighter dawn. I would see a future where we are part of the realm, not shunned by it.
Hell yeah.
Thank you, my friend. Lily chose most wise in you. The end. All right, Jen, what do you think?
Well, aside from the pacing of it, which is far too fast and does not give it the appropriate weight whatsoever, like, this could be its own, like, variant dungeon, this whole plot line.
Well, I'd say more, it should get, like, a patch MSQ treatment,
yeah,
I think, more so.
A little, because this is lore, man.
It is lore, man.
So that was a bummer. And it made me feel like, I mean, it definitely cheapened all of it. We immediately find the mystery to the illness. We immediately, in relative terms, we immediately find the Void Scent.
I mean, literal, pretty much. You just, like, click a few times and you got it.
We kill the thing. It can no longer spread the disease. That's it. Done deal. And then now he just has to work on a cure? Just like that?
Just like that.
Okay. This is earth-shattering, what we've done. This is, we're going to be world-famous archaeologists or whatever. This is like the finding of the
we have a name.
Tutankhamun's tomb. This is like
It is.
Finding the wreckage of the Titanic.
I'm fully with you, Jen.
Yeah.
But even so, it is a fun time. Though also at a certain point, like if you realize the game's not taking a plotline seriously, it becomes kind of tedious to engage with it at all.
Yeah.
So you kind of end up clicking quickly because it's not justifying a longer look.
I'm just going off of the vibes the game's giving me, man.
Precisely, yes. It's like, all right, more soft quotes,
Blah,
more
blah,
feel
blah,
goods,
blah,
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 blah, blah. All right, moving on.
Yeah.
The pacing is a bummer and the weight is a bummer, but the overall plot is good and an important part of our history.
Yeah, I love it. I love feeling that connected to the history of the world.
That is why we're here, Jen, in the pod room, in the podcast dungeon. And
hopefully adding some weight where it didn't exist. There's weight here, but it's glossed over.
Yes,
so,
and yes.
But still, the tonberry story fucks me up in like the best way. I don't want them to give us the solutions so quickly and so easily. I hate that. But anyway, I still love it. I love Cerrito. I love Tolga.
Yeah. And Helga.
And Elka and Soft and Hard.
Soft and Hard.
Yeah, a little soft and hard.
Those guys. Next time, we are back on the MSQ.
Whoa.
We'll be picking up with the patch 3.2 storyline.
And that will do it for today's episode. Thank you all so much for listening. And for you soft Marines out there, don't forget, when your Marine comes home, be soft, be pretty, do your hair, freshen up your makeup, have a hot meal on the table ready for him, your hard Marine.
Jen, you're making me hard Marine.
That sucks. That sucks.
What, do you want to cut it? Or
No. If you want to get in touch with us, you can at podreturnffxiv@gmail.com. We are on the same tag on Blue Sky. Check the show notes for our Discord and a link to the pod shirt. And last but not least, our Patreon. Patreon.com/podreturnffxiv. If you want to support the pod in that way, it would be fucking amazing. We have $1 a month. You get access to like all the random shit that we decided to put out there, like seasonal events. We talk about mahjong, card games, anything that pops up, just kind of in the ether. And then for $2 a month. Oh, and yeah, we're going to be talking about the Final Fantasy XIV manga. Stay tuned for that. And then for $2 a month, you get access to our bonus series as well, Sightseeing Log. And in that show, we play other games. Well, Final Fantasy games. Levi played Final Fantasy XI. I'm playing Final Fantasy VI for the very first time. I'm having troubles, so give it a listen if you like. And with that, we hope you enjoyed the episode. Have a good day or night, and we will see you next time.